Okay, today I'm going to go over some of the various things that occur and are frequently reported as errors to us on FTB, and also how to go about reporting a bug to a mod developer in a way that will actually help them possibly fix the bug and will not end up with your bug report just being ignored as being invalid, unuseful, or already reported. So first up, I've loaded up one thing in multi-MC, and I'll be loading up one in our launcher over here. Now, you see a lot of yellow stuff. People often report this as being bad. It's not bad. It doesn't matter to you. Really, honestly, ignore it. Really, you should be ignoring this entire console unless something crashes. Otherwise, there's no reason to be reading it. This one is frequently reported to us as being a major bug. It's not. This says, oh my god, this SQLite folder is empty. Luckily enough, that folder isn't actually needed for anything in the game. The game will load just fine without it. It's not a bug. It's not an issue. If it was needed, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm about to do as soon as I can get XSplit to cooperate with me. See? My game would not be loaded if that mod, that section there, that's showing up as being a missing library, was actually needed for the game. Because, yep, I've got a game running with that error. The error's not important. Until somebody tells me differently. As of right now, game runs fine. That's not an error. You've also got all these things in yellow about MIC-meta files. Don't worry about that. That's for developers. It has nothing to do with you. This bright red will not survive a 1.7 upgrade. Also, not important to you. You're playing on 1.6. The mod developers will fix that before they move to 1.7. It just means that right now, as is, the mod couldn't automatically be transferred to 1.7. Missing textures. This generally means the mod author doesn't yet have art for whatever this is. This may not even be an item in game yet. It could just be a placeholder where they're planning to add something to the mod later, but they're not going to add it until they have the art or until they finish the code. But because the code is there saying, hey, this is an item and this is the texture you use for that item, the console goes, oh my god, no texture. Don't worry about it. Just ignore that. Syntax error, oh well. I'm sure Biomes of Plenty is well aware of that. This is just saying two different mods are, doing something and it's already been done once and doesn't need to be done again. Yeah, so it works. It's just like, hey, by the way, somebody already did this, you don't need to do it again. This part here, it's just saying it can't find this specific hat. Meh. Not a big deal, unless, that hat ends up being something you desperately wanted in game. It's not going to crash your game. These, unable to add microblock material for these specific IDs. This is just saying that a specific ID that's added to the configs, because we add many of the mods that do not add microblock support on their own, we add a config that adds it for them. Well, we use that same config in all of the packs. If that item doesn't exist in that game, say I've added a block from Harvestcraft to it and we're playing Direwolf 20, it's going to say, hey, I can't add that item to the microblocks, and you go, okay, cool, because that item wasn't in my game anyway, and you move along. See, and here we have a unable to register the material for Railcraft Brick Infernal because Railcraft has already registered it. Because at the time we did these configs, Railcraft wasn't registering their blocks for microblocks, so we did it for him. But in the most recent update, Covert Jaguar did add microblock support, so now microblocks just skips that. So that's again stuff you can just ignore. And here's a huge conflict. Oh no. Oh wait. Ars Magica is specifically overriding these for its own use. Not a problem. We can ignore that. And new versions found of various things. Blah blah blah. This is a whole, we can place various liquids in the world. This is plugins for forestry just saying that it can't add a specific liquid to the fermenter because the liquid doesn't exist. More McMeta stuff. You can ignore all that. More missing textures. Not really a problem. Sometimes these missing textures aren't actually missing. They load just fine in game. Just for whatever reason in the console it feels the need to say that they are missing. And here's one that I did on purpose. This thing. Missing items. 473. Block hidden by Railcraft. That's because for just this one purpose I loaded up a world with the hidden Railcraft block and then turned it off. This line, missing item, means that a specific item has been removed either through a config, through your server owner blacklisting it, or the mod author themselves has removed it. This is when something will disappear from your world. In this case, it is the somewhat glitchy Railcraft invisible blocks, and it's fine, I'm good with this, we'll leave it be. And you can see that the tile entities for hidden tiles that were in the world already are being skipped because. And then we're at the end of our list of console in here. It's not a problem. There's no issues. Everything works. The game is perfectly playable. But boy, there were a lot of red lines. And frequently we get people reporting these red lines as being horrible errors that, oh my god, they're bugs. No, they're not. Really, you should just ignore the console. If it doesn't just flat out crash, ignoring the console is the best thing to do. Because there's nothing in there you need to know for the most part. Now then, we're going to do this with the FTB Launcher. You'll see it's the same thing. We'll go with Direwolf 20. And the recommended version is currently 1.0.10. And we're going to say launch. And as you can see, it's downloading the mod pack. This bar, for whatever reason, is occasionally broken for some people. We don't know why it works on some systems and not on other systems, but it does. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. I should have picked a smaller pack. In fact, I'm going to. Because I don't really want to sit here all day while that downloads. We're just going to have to quit out of... that, because I don't really feel like actually waiting for the Direwolf 20 pack to load. So here's what it looks like before I actually load a pack. There's one little line here that's about loading a texture pack that apparently didn't load quite right. Not a problem. So, we're going to do light, because light actually downloads pretty fucking quickly. As you can see, it's much quicker than Direwolf. Now notice it looks like it stopped working. Oh my god, the launcher closed. A lot of people at this point, because some of the mod packs, it takes a lot longer than this for this to start scrolling through, freak out and assume that Minecraft has quit. And they press close and they stop the program and they report it as being a bug. It's not. Wait. Just wait. Yes, sometimes it is a bug, sometimes it is something that occurred, but 9 out of 10 times the people report it, if they just wait another 5 to 10 minutes, it would download, and it would work fine. This here is the thing 9 times out of 10 people send us as a bug report. This line right here, retaining mod pack file, syncing assets, depending on which mod pack you are downloading, from the time it puts this line until the time the next line occurs, could take 10 minutes. Sometimes longer if you have a really bad internet connection or a slow computer. If you have gotten to this line and nothing else has occurred, there's nothing wrong with your pack yet. Just wait. Please, just wait longer. Yes, we know everybody would like it to be instant. The internet, unfortunately, does not actually work that way. It takes some time. And the larger the pack, the longer it takes for it to go from retaining mod pack file to loaded. And because the progress bar is, for some unknown reason, broken and didn't show up to say, hey, we're loading, all you can do is wait. But if you go down here, you see you have the same information that we had on the other one, the same yellow stuff, the same red stuff. None of it matters. Not a bit. Nope, 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 nope. And then it says invalid session ID for Minecraft Client Realms. We get people reporting this all the time as being a bug. Not according to the fact that I can currently play Minecraft. So, if the launcher section closes, and the console doesn't, you're good. There are a lot of options in here, including show console, reopen launcher after exiting Minecraft, Java parameters, auto maximized, extra launcher debugging, all sorts of things that you can have in here that might be useful. This news thing, a lot of people have been bitching about it. Currently it's not updated. The news is all on the forums. The link between the news section on the launcher and the forums is not working currently. It's not that we haven't put more news out, it's just that it's not showing up here. Go to the forums. Please go to the forums. And as right now, there's no 1.6 texture packs on the launcher because the launcher does not currently do 1.6 packs. So, that's your list of those things. Now, for the next thing, I'm going to look at this. This frequently occurs between mod pack updates. People then freak out. Interestingly enough, on the Minecraft, not the Minecraft forums, on the FTB forums, under mod pack launcher news, important news, update and read, it tells you that the Biomes of Plenty IDs had changed in code, that Ars Magica IDs had changed in code, and that several items from Natura and MFR have changed their code and are now registering as being mismatched, and that they are all actually fine. The reason we know this is because we keep a backup of previous versions. So what happens is when I add a new version to the mod pack, I go into Notepad, and this is something you can do yourself. Notepad++. It's a nice free editor, and would help if I didn't close out of it. And in this specific example, we will just grab the configs from the previous pack. In this case, on here, I am grabbing the Direwolf 20 config. Let's see. What was one that changed recently? Well, Ars Magica changed. Ars Magica. So we'll grab the Ars Magica one. And then we are going to go, and in this case, I'm double checking, do the client config and the server config for Ars Magica line up. Now I go into plugins, compare these, files match. This means that if your server and your client are not connecting with the configs that we shipped, and it's saying Ars Magica, the problem is not with the packs we shipped. Something else has gone screwy. But this is what we do to check. Now in the case of the ones that showed up as those missing items, etc. things, some of those were on that list. The thing is that if a mod author decides to change the name of their item in text, let's say it's Larchwood Slab, and it's originally written in Larchwood in code as being forestry.larch.wood.slab, and a version later he changes it to wood.slab.larch, the game is going to throw a mismatched item thing. Even though the IDs are the same, the item is the same. The name of the item in code has changed, and FML is going to go, oh my god, different item. We post if we have to change an item ID for some reason. On that thread that I showed you. If an item ID is actually being changed and it's going to affect your world, that's where you'll find out. Otherwise, just press OK on those screens and go on through. If you find something missing, you should always be taking backups. If you find something missing that isn't one of the items we listed as the mod author has removed this item from his mod and it no longer exists, then please let us know, because we like to fix those as quickly as possible on the rare occasion they do happen. I'm only aware of one occasion where that happened that we didn't realize it was going to happen in the last pack updates. There turned out not to be anything we could do about it, but there was one case. Now I'm going to look at some of the other bugs we get reported. And the why of what the problem could be, what it might be. This frequently gets reported as an ID conflict. This is not always an ID conflict. This is frequently something occurring with a tile entity. Not always, but frequently. It doesn't actually have to do with ID conflicts. I don't know why people keep on reporting as ID conflict. If it was an ID conflict, somewhere in this log it would say conflict, but it doesn't, because there's no ID conflict. This is a different bug entirely. More than likely, this specific bug, I'm going to end up searching for Railcraft being installed, specifically 8.3, not 0.2. That means that this is not an updated version of the Direwolf 20 pack, which means that the Railcraft hidden heat block is still on, which means that this is being caused by the Railcraft hidden heat block tile entity error, not by the mod in question. Let's see. Next bug. We get this one a lot too. Java class not found exception. The empty zip thing. Remember that one I showed you that worked just fine? Yeah. It doesn't mean it will always work. Sometimes it means you have a Java issue. It can mean a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a modpack bug. It's a very hard one to track down. And see, here's another one like it. Sometimes what this means is that for whatever reason on a server, you're using the wrong forge. But this isn't actually a full log. Because it's not a full log, I can't actually tell what's occurring. Since I can't tell what's occurring, it's pretty hard for me to tell you what's wrong. Now, here I'm just going to be looking at some different... We're going to go into the how do you report a bug section of this. And this is a bug on the thermal expansion one. There's a wall of text here. Interestingly enough, there are no pictures of this guy's setup. He's making a pretty common assumption that somebody is going to be able to read this and copy his setup exactly just by reading a description. Generally speaking, no matter how detailed the description, it is very difficult for somebody to duplicate exactly what somebody else has created if they can't see it. Pictures. Pictures are great. Now for ease, I'm going to go through how exactly I go about making a bug report. And I warned Skyboy I would be making a false report on his tracker because, well, I'm nice like that. Actually, first I was going to show you one more thing on thermal expansions one. This handy search bar. Look, if I just type in conduit, this gives me every bug currently open and not closed that has the word conduit in it. I can even search all issues, which would include closed ones. There's a lot more of those. I can look through these and see, has my bug already been reported? Maybe it's even already been fixed. And if it has, I can just go, alrighty. If I have new information about the crash, if, say, on this one, I managed to duplicate it, and I find out that if that it only occurs if I put a block of liquid ender next to a conduit, or an item duct, well, then I would tack that onto the end here. I would put in, confirmed happening, here's more information, here's this picture, and then the guys going over it can look at it and hopefully have a little bit more information. Technically, they can have too much information, but not often. Generally, you're given way too little. So, if I wanted to make a new issue, I'd take an issue. I have labeled this in a way that it's very obvious what I'm complaining about. Right now, I'm complaining that sewers collect sewage correctly. Now, I can go into the game. Once the game loads up, la 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 la. Must remember to do this with Light Pack next time and not Direwolf 20. It takes so long to load Direwolf 20. And I've got a good computer. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that and go to Minecraft. Alright, go into recreate my cheaty world. And we're going to break a hole in the ground. Another hole in the ground. Okay. We're going to need sewer. Actually, we happen to have a village over there. We'll use that. Grab a fluid duct. And we'll grab a tank. Villagers are great for getting sewage. About the only thing they're useful for. And interestingly, the sewers can also collect XP from, like, breeding operations. I did not know that. It's very useful to know. I'm just going to put this sewer right here. There's lots of villagers. I'm going to grab an upgrade. And we'll go ahead and cobble. What? You're weird, Skyboy. You're very weird. There's a tank for sewage and a tank for thing. See, it's collecting. Let's just, we'll put a fluid duct here and a tank right here. And all of our wonderful sewage goodness. And if I squat and walk across it. Aw, did he? Oh, I should squat and walk across. We get a little bit more sewage. Yay! Sewage is functioning correctly. I can make it get more by spawning in a few animals. Let's just get some cows. Oh, cow, 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 cow. Wander around. Make poop. I need more poop. Come on, give me poop. Thank you. Yeah, all you guys just poop. Poop frequently. Well, actually, there does seem to be a bit of a glitch there. Well, it's pumping out so fast that it only renders here for half a second, and then it gets into the tank. Kind of funny, but okay. So then we take a picture, which we do with, well, first we kill some cows. Let me see, I'm pretty sure there's a kill passive. Maybe there's only a kill all. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, fine, we need a sword. You'll work. Yay, okay. That way we only get a picture of what's actually supposed to be in this picture, which is this tank filling up. We press F2. It says saved screenshot. We'll go ahead and quit out of here. Awesome how that works. And then we go in here and we can go into instance folder. This works in the launcher too. Screenshots. We get our most current screenshot. Just going to move that over to my desktop for ease of use. And I can go and I can just drop it right in there. And see, it automatically gets added. And for spelling, we can use that. We press that. Now, for ease, what I do here is I now go over And I have it bookmarked, but for you guys, go to the FTB forum. You really should bookmark this. Go to the changelogs. Direwolf 20 changelogs are found here at the Direwolf 20 changelog site. And in this case, I am using version 1.0.10. So I will go there, I will click this, and I will say, found with Direwolf 20, version 1.1, 1.0.10, mod list here. And we'll just go with disabled mods. Ars Magica 2. I didn't actually disable it, I'm just showing you what you would do. And we say added mods. We'll pretend I added carpenter's blocks. I didn't, but you really should only put the ones you added or disabled. Now then, the mod author is going to be able to look at this. He's going to see a picture of what occurred, what it is exactly that I'm saying, what my setup is. He's going to see what I'm complaining about, which in this case is ridiculous, but he's still going to be able to see it. He has an easy place to go to find the list of mods that were installed with this, and he has what mods I disabled and which mods I added. Then, if I wanted to be really nice to him, which, because I like being nice to mod developers, I could go in here, and we could grab the crash report. There wasn't a crash report, but we do have a crash report from an earlier instance that has nothing to do with this bug. Use one that has something to do with this bug. It's really, using one that doesn't is dumb, but I'm doing it for a purpose. Oh, it wants a PNG or GIF. Okay, fine. Well, in that case, what we do is I have a Dropbox folder. I just put this in my Dropbox folder. I copy paste it over there. I right click copy public link. And I paste that link to there. Now Skyboy can look at the crash list that I gave him. There's one other folder log that can be very useful to a mod author. That's this one, Forge Mod Loader Client, or if you're on a server, server side. So you then again put this in Dropbox, put it in on Pastebin, whatever. If you use Pastebin, please make sure your Pastebin is not marked to private. Nobody can read them. Now, in order of the way he's probably going to check this is he's going to look first at the crash log, then at the picture, then at the forge log if the crash log didn't give him enough information. All three of these things being in place, the mod author has enough probably to at least figure out, is this something that's actually being caused by his mod? Is it being caused by something else? Is it one of those weird random gremlins that nobody can actually explain? If you really want bonus points, make a 2-minute video of you making the bug occur again, showing exactly how you did it. Then you just press Submit New Issue. And in this case, we can go back to Issues. And hey, if we go to Open, there's the bug. Not actually a bug. Skyboy's going to kill me, but it's there. There are other things you can do. on different bug report lists, etc. But if you give everybody that list of things, give them the mod list, the entire mod list that you're using, and any mods you have added or disabled, give them a crash report, and or give them the Forge log from inside your instance, and give them screenshots showing setup. And if something is happening only inside a GUI, like inside a crafting table, take a picture of the inside of the crafting table. Don't take a picture of the crafting table from the outside, because they need to see how you've placed the things in the crafting table. Mod developers will be a lot less likely to just ignore your bug report because you didn't give them enough information. We'll be less likely to ignore your bug report on the forums. And at no point on any bug reporting system is it considered acceptable to go with, "It's not working. It's broke." In fact, it's generally best off if you don't even try and guess which mod is causing it. Because just because a specific crash log has a specific mod in the stack trace doesn't actually mean it's that mod. It's frequently a cross-mod interaction. So just let somebody who does bug report looking for, well, not really their job, but, as on a daily basis, be the ones to determine which mod it is. Hopefully that helps someone. Y'all have a nice day.